Okay, let's start with the wave of change in Kogi Central Senatorial Districts. That the Court of Appeal in Abuja has affirmed Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan as the winner of the Kogi Central Senatorial District election. By that victory, she will become the first female senator in Kogi State's history. Julie, congratulations to Natasha, and this is coming after the tribunal judgment. The Court of Appeal is the end of the road and the final lap for senators. Yes,
Natasha is a hard worker, no doubt about it, and she's been around for some time, contested for this position before, contested for governor before, and the courts have affirmed her victory at the lower tribunal as well as the appeals tribunal. So I wish her Godspeed, and as you said, she's the first female senator from Kogi State. She's the first Christian senator from Kogi Central. So that is significant. It's reward for hard work, no doubt about it. And Senator Ohere, I know age is on his side. I'm confident that Senator Ohere will be back. He's a very good man. Both of them are my friends. I can say they both communicate with me regularly. So I would want to see them put resources together for the
work to the betterment
for the growth and development of Kogi State. That's what matters. Politics is not a life and death thing.
Yeah. In the judiciary system now, this is the candidate of the People's Democratic Party. So we can't say, oh, the normal saying that they will say that, look, it seems to be working, the system seems to be working for APC. You don't.
Yeah, you know, that's what we always say, that you win some, you lose some. So those who think the judiciary is has failed now, with this one, what will they say? But in all this, my own personal pain is that all those electoral robbers who and the enablers of this will go unpunished. Why must we allow this to go unpunished? Because from what has happened now, so this man from June, they were sworn in on in June to October. He has collected free salary. He has collected everything. We always hear that they will refund. But has anybody ever told us it was refunded? All those who are enabled this must not go unpunished.
All right. We just wish Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, congratulations, congratulate the first female senator from Kogi State. Lovely woman. Now, moving on now. There's no end in sight regarding the political crisis rocking River State, with its accompanying rumors, misinformation, accusations, and counter-accusation. In the face of this, the state government has denied reports of sacking some aides and all the local government chairmen by Governor Similayi Fabura. According to the state government, there will be proper communication regarding such action by the governor. Julie, this is getting messier.
Yeah, it's no mess, Ayo. It's our people who are trying to create a mess where there is nothing. The governor has not sacked anybody. The governor did not sack local government chairman. The governor is not a fool. He cannot suspend the chief judge of the state. But it's people who are coming up with all this nonsense.
Fake news.
The man has come out to say, I have not sacked anybody. I didn't sack my chief of staff. I didn't send away my chief detail. You know, all of the things that they are saying. People, when they see that there is a little crisis, they want to exacerbate it. I don't know what people get in this kind of thing. A governor has not taken an action. You are going to press saying that the governor has sacked a local government chairman when he didn't do anything. He said if they are going to do any such thing, it will be properly communicated. That's a sensible governor. He knows what he's doing. He knows that there is room for this kind of dispute to be resolved. And I said it here yesterday, that we cannot rule out the possibility of peace between them. Today, Mr. President met both men. There was an event, a police event in Abuja. The president was there. Both of them were there. They shook hands, and the president then called them. Today, the governor of Bauchi State has confirmed that the president has intervened, and that he was pressing the president that this president has shown that he is a president for the PDP, he is a president for the APC. That is what we asked the president to do yesterday, that you can't leave this matter like this. If you allow rivers to burn, innocent people will die. We said it here. Our business is not to take side. Our business is to ensure that our people live in peace. It's not our business to watch politicians set our people against one another, and then when they are killing one another, they will walk in and take the spoils. No, that's not our duty. As journalists, our duty is to ensure that peace reigns. Whether it is in favor of the PDP or the APC, all of the people putting all of those fake news, oh, he has sacked the chief judge. Which governor, with his sense intact, will suspend the governor? I mean, a CJ of a state. Is it that we are in a country where people don't learn? Some people did that with Fayose the other day. The person who was brought in to replace Fayose was on suspension for, I think, close to 10 years. Because if you are sensible as a judge, you know that the assembly has no power to remove the CJ. And then they made you acting CJ, you went and took that position. Because you are greedy for power. The NJC put that judge in his place. Many years he was in the cooler before they now decided to bring him back after apparently learning his lessons. So no sensible governor, a governor with his sense of reasoning intact, will say that I want to suspend the chief judge of a state. You don't have the power. You've not got the power. It is a different arm of government. It is the NJC that can suspend or even sack a judge. And this governor is a calm person. We all know that. So it's not the sort of person who will take this kind of decision. So this morning, he confirmed that he did not sack anybody. Where people came up with such nonsensical stories, we don't know. And the unfortunate thing is that the people who are trying to divide Nigeria with fake news, many of them do not even live with us here. So if they cause conflagration in our country, they are safe where they are. They are safe where they are. All of them writing all those fake stories. Oh, Fashola was the one who wrote judgment for judges. Oh. How did Fashola qualify to be able to write judgment for judges?
Maybe the judges cannot write their own judgment again.
How did they? What parameters did they even use to choose?
Hatred.
Absolute nonsense going on. I'm happy with what the governor of Bauchi State confirmed, that Asiwaju has stepped in on this matter, and that with the stepping in of the president, he is sure that there will be a resolution of the matter. That is my takeaway from what the governor of Bauchi State said to journalists. All those who are trying to mislead people, oh, he has sacked this, he has sacked that, when the man didn't sack anybody. Because I was like, there's still room for a resolution. You cannot rule out a resolution. And if you truly want resolution, you won't begin by sacking the people. They said, some even carry story that he sacked all the executive council. Where did you hear that from? You see some, they will make some posts, some even try to make a caricature of what's going on, that, oh, it is a football game, and the 30th minute, this one, in the 40th, they can't use their imagination, their sense of inventiveness to do something really good, something that can promote the essence of peace. They can't use it. It's just to cause evil. It's just to do evil. This is what we are saying. And also, you can see by the time the president intervenes and both men use their heads, realize they need one another, there will be peace in the state. Yeah. I expect even the one who is more temperamental between the two of them to realize what is at stake. Yeah. That this is not a battle that you can win decisively. You understand? It's not a battle. You see, when Yorubas will say Taba Fagburu, Afagbo, you must realize it that you have to choose your battles. It's not every battle that you can take on. It's not every battle. Somebody posted one video of what was it called? A leopard. The leopard has the best hunting statistics of all the animals in the animal world. In terms of success rate at hunting, the leopard is the best. He can stand on the rooftop and kill an animal going down. He can kill an animal 3 times his size and take it up the tree. Yeah. It's a fantastic animal when it comes to hunting. But there's this animal with spikes all over his body. Porcupine. Yeah. It went and hunted the porcupine. He left with a bloody nose. Of course. You see the spikes all over his body. Yeah. Long after the porcupine was gone, it was still trying to remove the spikes. Some of them in his mouth. How do you use your retractable claws? I even use it to remove spikes. So it was suffering there. I'm sure it will die. So it's not every battle that you must take on. Use your head.
You know, in all this, what I would take away from that is, as a journalist, the first cardinal rule of the profession is, if in doubt, leave out. Yep. But in this age of social media, where every unemployed or unemployable journalist is a publisher.
A journalist. No training.
No training. Even some who have the training, because they think they want to have more hits, they set up a so-called online, and one mistake from one is copied in another. So it begins to spread. And in all this...
Instead of having your own line.
Exactly. In all this, what happens? Truth suffers as a casualty. Why will anybody... In fact, the first thing you should think as a reporter, even if your reporter gives you that story, the first thing you should think is, does the governor have the power to sack the Chief Justice? He can dissolve his cabinet if he wants. Yes, he appointed them. That one, there's no problem. But to sack the Chief Justice of a state, and then every one of them began...
They don't ask questions.
Exactly. So that is the reason why we are where we are today. And an editor used to tell us something, that as a reporter, as a journalist, you must be calm in reporting even crisis. Because when there is that crisis, where do you want to sell your product? Oh. I mean, so for people not to be able, you have not confirmed, even if you wanted to speak with the commissioner, who should be your first source to confirm this, and the commissioner says, I don't have anything for you yet, slow down. Give me some time, then you slow down, you pause, and say that unless you have that confirmation. If you check today now, how many of the traditional media, either online or whatever, have that on their website? None. But all these one-man social media, online business, you begin to, you hear something, you quickly put it there so that you want to get it. I always tell people,
clickbait.
You know that, and this thing, it has its lifespan. In the 80s, I'm sure you will all remember, there was this magazine, Akapa magazine,
yes,
that said Michael Jackson had a Nigerian girlfriend.
Yes.
It was long before.
There were some episodes that, there were some editions that
exactly
they continually lied.
Exactly. So
there was even one where they said, interviewed a woman who said that she was feeding on cockroaches. It turned out that it was from National Enquirer that they got the picture and just told a lie.
Exactly. So they had the
traction
for some time, but after some time they lost it.
Yes,
so people must always remember that. I always give that example, that people must always remember that you may have the traction at the initial stage, but immediately people get to know that you are a lying website, they go away. So
go away, of course.
Everyone must be careful from
what the collapse of even training.
Well,
education standard has fallen.
Yes.
Great journalists they don't make them anymore.
Yeah.
You know?
No, because
People,
even you make great journalists when you are people who have good training, who want to
yes,
train.
a good journalist is a product of good training and then love for the profession.
Exactly.
Many people who are today journalists or even some
whatever.
people sitting in studios calling themselves journalists have no training. They are not journalists. They are pseudo-journalists, just pretending
to be one.
Because they know that there is nowhere else. A lot of them are never do wells. There is nowhere else they can go where people will see their faces, where they will get recognition. They found journalism a dumping ground, a place where they can go and show that, oh, me too, I did there. What is the... You don't have training. You don't have training.
Subject your guests to trial.
You don't have training. A journalist is not a lawyer. It's not a lawyer. Your guests, you can't subject your guests to inquisition.
You know, it was that led to the establishment of the NIJ in Ogba by the late Jakande. That even if you have a degree in whatever field and you need to practice, okay, you might be employed, but in 2 years, you must get that training. But unfortunately, as everything Nigerian, that is no longer the issue. Because people, when in doubt, leave out.
Yeah, no, these ones are not.
That's the first cardinal rule of
they are not
profession.
prepared to leave out anything.
And then,
they will continue to lie. God will keep exposing those lies.
Yes.
You sit in your room and claim that the DGDSS has been harassing judges, have been telling judges they must give judgment that favors Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu and all that. And I like look at all the lies against Ariwola. Oh, he chased Asiwaju to
London,
to France, to go and collect bribes.
Was on a wheelchair.
And the man, on the day they published that story, the man was at the mosque in Abuja. You lie against an old man doing his job the best way he can. You said all sorts of things. By the time that panel was constituted, there was not a single Yoruba man. There was not a single Yoruba man. And it's not as if there are no Yoruba people in the Supreme Court. We have Ogun Umiju. We have Udkekere. They didn't pick anyone. The people that they picked still got the job done. You understand? They were thinking, oh, Ariwola didn't put himself. We saw many instances when Tanko, as chief judge, CJN, will put himself on the panel. Ariwola didn't even put himself there, despite the fact that they were very lean. They had just 10 of them.
10 of them, yes.
You know, or still managed to put, to bring a team that got the job done. Appeal court, they've abused appeal court repeatedly. You saw what appeal court just did. Those who said that the judiciary is in the pocket of the executive, what are they going to say now that Natasha?
I know, maybe the DSS also
are. So many more.
Maybe the DSS also
harassed
the appeal court people that they must give the seats to PDP.
All right. The impact of the security situation in Abia State is beginning to come to the fore. Abia State Governor Alex Oti has revealed that the gruesome discovery of more than 80 bodies in kidnappers' den in the state. According to the governor, the discovery of the market as a center for criminality was made possible through electronic equipment installed in different parts of the state. Jide, this is gory.
It is. Because whatever 80 persons, 80 human beings with their heads gone, victims of kidnapping. It's a terrible thing. It shows the level of criminality in the Southeast. It shows that there is a need to do something quickly about the non-state actors taking people's lives recklessly in the Southeast, whether it's Abia or Anambra or even Imo. They've got to deal with the people. They can't be bigger than the state. They can't. Because what is the meaning of this? Is this also part of agitating for a nation of your own?
Biafra.
That you take people's lives, you then cut their heads.
Kill your people.
You kidnap people for ransom. Some of them pay you. You receive money, yet you still take their lives. What sort of nonsense is this? There is a need for the armed forces, our security operatives to do a much better job than they are doing. I mean, if you can take more than 80 lives, and it must have been over a short period, it shows the level that these people have gone in terms of taking innocent lives. And look, the governor has to be supported to make much more discoveries similar to this so that we can get to the root of the killings in the market. If a market has become a place where people get killed, where people get trapped and led to their deaths, there's no need for that market to exist anymore. Shut the market, find something else to do with the space that the market occupies. This is the thing. We can't continue with this level of killings. Elections are coming. We don't even know how many people could get killed on election day. They set ablaze INEC buildings in those states. So where will INEC take their materials to? Where will they operate from? Those buildings set ablaze have still not been rebuilt as we speak. They are still there. It's still the carcass of those buildings that we have. Nobody has the right to take the lives of Nigerians the way some of these guys are doing. And they've got to put them in their place. As Buhari once said, speak to them in the language that they understand. If it is the language of violence that they understand, let the armed forces visit proportional violence on these guys. You can't be killing people. This is a very frightening number of people killed and left to decompose. Come on.
As you said, the activities of non-state actors and even the Imo election that is coming, a lot of people are, they're apprehensive that if something is not done, we'll see pictures on the internet, some people parading themselves with RPG, AK-47, you just see them looking scruffy, always coming out to say, Biafra one thing, Biafra that thing.
Honestly, I'm still in a state of unbelief that this could happen. 80 headless bodies. 1, 2, 3 to 80. Not 8, not 10. What happened in a market? This is not a forest. If it were to be a forest, we can say, okay, it's a forest, maybe nobody goes there, and therefore, when they kill people, they dump their bodies there. But in a market, and because we are in a country where nothing happens, people under whose nose such things are carried out are never punished. There must be a DPO whose jurisdiction is in that area. What has happened to him? Is there a military camp or military command or whatever in that covers that area? The DSS in that area. What has happened to all those people?
What can they tell
What has happened to all those people? 80. I mean, we are in a
not 20.
That,
It has become the Obasian state of nature.
exactly. Life is short and brutish. 80 bodies, headless. So, when they were killed, when were their heads cut off? Where were they taken to? And in all these areas, I heard that there are military checkpoints and all that.
Maybe all they do is collect money on.
Are they accomplices in this business? What has happened? I mean, the DSS, the DPO, and the military, all those people in that area have questions to answer. And I expect that the president must take this seriously. 80 people cannot just die like that and we all fall around. If it happened in the US or wherever now, we will be shouting, hey, who, what? But it's happening right under our nose. 80 people, the DPO has not resigned. The DSS official in covering that area has not resigned, and nobody has been questioned. When did we turn this into this? That life doesn't matter to us again.
People should even, my own view is that whether you are a police commissioner or DPO
all of them
of a jurisdiction, or DSS DG in a jurisdiction, you should be able to keep your job
by your performance.
All right. And if anything untoward, something like this happens, you know that your job is gone.
Exactly.
That's the only way people will sit up.
That is the way.
That's the only way people will sit up. I'm happy now that we have someone like Adiza Balausman, who is in charge of
public
policy coordination for the president. Adiza's job should be to expose never-do-wells among the ministers. The ones who cannot show that they deserve the position. When cabinet reshuffle
comes,
they should let them go. Let's find the right people who can get the job done. We can't keep people in positions when they have continually showed us that when they show us that they don't have capacity, you can't just keep them there.
All right.
What are they doing?
We'll take this break. We'll be right back after this break.
Politics is defined as getting what, where, when, and how. But in the mix, many things come to play to shape the political fortune of any country.
Honorable Minister, how you misinform the public?
From the political actors to the electorate, campaign to voting, from debates to policy decisions, big events happen to engage us in constant conversation.
That's what we're looking for. Not some people who are talking about ethnicity. No.
Who is on your mind?
Don't worry.
Join me every day on Politics Tonight, where we dissect issues that shape our political destiny. Politics Tonight, weekdays on TVC News.
Thank you for staying with us. In case you're just joining us, this is Journalist Hangout. Jide, they kidnap people. People will pay ransom, heavy ransom.
Yes.
At the end of the day, they will still get killed.
There was a case that I remembered. Somebody from the southeast, he went home, a rich man. He got home, they kidnapped him. Apparently, he's a man consistently on drugs. There are people like that. Yeah. That if they don't have access to their
the medication every day,
if they have no access to their medication, they can't survive more than 2-3 days.
Yeah.
What happened? This man, they got the family to pay ransom. And these wicked souls, after they paid ransom, they dumped his corpse at the walkway of an hospital. They just told them, go and your father is so place. By the time they got there, it was the man's lifeless body. A man, an hotelier, a very rich hotelier from northern Nigeria. I don't want to, it's not a northerner, but he had hotels.
He was based in
He was very rich, just went home. There was another one that I remember who went home from Lagos here. He was kidnapped, they paid ransom, they still took his life. So this level of wickedness has to stop. We can't allow Nigeria to degenerate into something similar to Mexico, where they just take people's lives necessarily, and human heads become more or less like trophy for gangs in Mexico running riots. We can't allow our country to become like Mexico, like Colombia, because this is what we are seeing. If they can kill 80%, it's not 80. These are people with relations. Their relations will not know where they ended up. They just see them as missing persons. They've given up, not knowing that some good-for-nothing people were the ones who took their lives. I like the fact that the House of Reps is proposing life imprisonment for kidnapping. Since our governors have become so cowardly that they will not sign death warrant, they can sign for money to come out. They can sign for projects that are meaningless where they can make money, but they lack the courage to sign death warrants, even after the highest court in the land has passed
even if the law is passed, will they sign it?
Like for life, it is they don't want the life imprisonment will be. They don't need to sign.
Okay,
it is life. It is where the court says take this person's life. That is where they are cowardly.
Yeah.
The same cowardly people they see nothing wrong in sending thugs to go and kill political enemy or agent of political enemy. But to sign death warrant for a man
criminals.
put on trial for taking another person's life,
trial.
you will never find them. They won't find the courage to sign. That's why our prisons are bursting at the seams with people who should have been silenced a long time ago. Don't they see what happened in the U.S.?
It's very, very
if you are sentenced to death, we have not removed death penalty from our body of law.
That's the only time.
If they cannot, I honestly support what the House of Reps is proposing. Give them life imprisonment.
Okay, that's...
Give them, and then let's fund the correctional centers so that they can be able to give them more food and all that. But they should, that's where they deserve to be. They do not deserve to live with the rest of us. People can kill 80 persons, cut their heads, ignoring the fact that these are relatives of people
who have
these are probably even breadwinners of their families.
There was this raid that was carried out by the DSS. They discovered that they even have people that cannibals among them, that they eat human beings, they roast human beings.
Of course. You see, in this kind of thing, there will be so many deviants and so many odd things that happen. Therefore, a desperate disease deserves a desperate measure. We must find out how we are going to make this thing stop. And one of the ways which I think will be effective is to make sure anything like that happens under your jurisdiction, you are going to be put on trial. Your job is gone. Your commission is gone. When they know that that will happen, they will take their job seriously. It is because, I mean, there's no way the DPO, the DSS, I'm saying that all over again, responsible for that area will convince us that they don't know. And if they don't know, that means they don't deserve their jobs.
Yes. That means,
so why is the state paying them?
What are they doing? If they can kill that number of people,
Honestly,
80.
without your knowledge, that means you are complicit.
I'm tongue-tied. I'm tongue-tied. Honestly, I don't
It's
know.
unbelievable.
All right. And finally, it appears the former presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Atiku Abubakar, stirred the hottest nest when he stated at a press briefing in Abuja that the Supreme Court verdict that affirmed the election of President Bola Tinubu leaves much to be desired. Reacting to the comment, the National Publicity Secretary of the All Progressive Congress, APC, Felix Moka, told the former vice president that Nigeria is greater than his unrealized ambition to be president. Moka said Nigeria has moved on and wondered why it is difficult for Atiku to accept the popular choice of the electorate and the valid decisions of the courts. Julie? After that press conference yesterday, I knew that Atiku was going to, but emphatically I saw him saying that I'm going nowhere.
At some point, we have to go somewhere. At some point, he has to go somewhere. He has to go somewhere. He can't be saying that he's going. You know, Atiku imagines that the PDP was formed for him and that nobody in the PDP is good enough to challenge for the presidency except him. In 2019, they were afraid that if he didn't get the ticket, that he will quit the party. So they were blackmailed into giving him. But he's always been a bad loser. Because if you recall, when he was roundly defeated by Goodluck Jonathan, he threatened that he will make the nation ungovernable.
Yep.
People can't forget some of the things that he has done. In 2011. You know, people can't forget some of the things that he has done. A lot of our people do not, our memories are short.
We moved on.
We just move on, it happens, we just move on. So what is it? He has to go somewhere at some point. He has to go. He cannot say he's going nowhere. Look, Atiku wants to be Nigeria's version of Abraham Lincoln. I think the 15th American president, Abraham Lincoln. But age is not on his side anymore. Abraham Lincoln started early to log those number of years that he contested. But Atiku by 2023 will be 81 years.
2027.
2027 will be 81 years. Even if the party was formed in his bedroom and they said, look, you are the only person good enough for the presidency, because he's been seeking the presidency for so long. It doesn't mean that he should not leave the stage at some point for other people.
Groom people.
He has not groomed people. He doesn't believe. He's grooming himself. The president. Atiku must behave like a statesman. In life, you can't always get what you want. It's just like your kid constantly say, give me this, you give her. Give me this, you give her. At some point, she's going to make a demand that you are not in position to give. Either because it could be harmful to her or for any other reason. You can't always have your way. Life has shown that Atiku cannot always have his way. He was boasting that he always does well in the courts. But it's on record now that he's lost some court cases. That's how it begins. And when you lose those court cases, you can't be abusing judges or sending your attack dogs to be abusing people. You've got to sit down and calculate, where did I go wrong? And I said it yesterday, if they are people of the truth, if they are people who value the truth, they will know that in their hearts it is their disunity that made Asiwaju to win this election. I analyzed it yesterday. What was Kwankwaso looking for? Just a mere executive council position for one of his loyalists. They refused to give him. They frustrated him out of the party. He left the party for them. If he had Kwankwaso's votes alone,
for Kano.
Yes, he got votes everywhere. Kwankwaso got votes everywhere. Even he got considerable votes in Taraba. You know. So if he got Kwankwaso's votes alone, perhaps he could have even overtaken Asiwaju. Because he got Kwankwaso got between all of them, the three of them, they had 14.5 million votes. To Asiwaju's 8.7 or so. So that would have been an unassailable victory. But instead of working towards unity, they were kicking away people who did not agree with them, people disagree. I know how many times we discuss here that PDP expects this one. Look at even the former SGF, Ayim, Pius Ayim. They said they were expelling Ayim, Pius Ayim. What did Ayim do? Ayim in Ebonyi decided to work for APC. That's how Governor Wefuru won the election. That's a PDP state that they lost. So if they had put their house in order, some of the people who left would have stayed behind, Atiku would have been president today. The reason Atiku is not president of Nigeria, was not succeeded in becoming president of Nigeria, are the miscalculations. When governors went to him, the PDP governors, at that meeting held in Akwa Ibom Governor's Lodge in Abuja, and they said, it is you that we want. We are backing you to take over from Obasanjo. He listened to Obasanjo begging him. At the end of the day, the same man that he listened to wrote books calling him one of the most corrupt Nigerians ever. An accusation that Atiku did not find the courage to challenge in court. So you know that it's on record that I didn't deem it fit to challenge. It's the only one who can explain why somebody will call you what you are not, if you are truly not. And then you did not think that you should sue that person. You left in the book, continue to circulate. The same Obasanjo, he went to Ota to beg Obasanjo. Even on the day that he begged Obasanjo, Obasanjo still stood there, addressed the press, and was still ridiculing him. I remember very well. So if he knew that Obasanjo was going to be like that, that's the miscalculation. Because the decisions that you make determine what progress you will make in life. So if he had decided that, let me listen to these governors, he would not have invested his faith and his loyalty in a bus that threw him under the train, not even under the bus. Chances are that they throw you under the bus, you may not die. Yeah. But under the train, your chances are extremely slim. So Obasanjo threw him under the bus.
Under the train?
Under the train. I'm sorry. It's actually under the train that I threw him. He did not say a word. Without a whimper. Obasanjo messed him. He should have taken that decision then. The second major decision that he took that worked against him was to allow PDP to disintegrate over his ambition. Because at the worst, sacrifice the national chairman.
He kept on insisting on that man.
Where is the man today? Have the courts not put Ayu in the cooler now? Is Ayu not in the cooler thanks to the courts?
Nobody is even talking about him now.
Who talks about that? Those are the decisions. Now you can say all kinds of things about this election. If they had taken that decision to hold the party together
at all costs.
Yes. People will argue that no, your party should have zoned it to the south. But even when they didn't zone to the south, you can still manage to hold everyone together that look, 4 years is not a long time. You people can come. I will do only one term. He was not even prepared to make that.
To make a commitment. And because they know if they make commitment, they don't keep it.
Yes, he won't honor it.
So
at the end of the day, Asiwaju benefited from their disunity. All of the things that they are saying, rig election, is IREV, is this, is that, is this, is that, is because they are running away from the truth. The real truth is that it is their disunity that made them to lose. Nothing else.
I'm sure that even after the Supreme Court verdict that, the other contestants that went to court, they've not even congratulated to Bola Tinubu. No, does that show the spirit of sportsmanship?
Why wait for that? Look, let me tell you one thing. What I see there with Atiku saying, I'm not leaving Nigeria, I want to interpret it saying that I'm going nowhere. What I'm seeing there is, before now, people have said, and even the APC has said they want to retire him to Dubai. So maybe that's the reply that I'm going nowhere. I'm still
Shetima said he will buy goats.
So maybe that's
goats in his...
But look at in another way. What else do you expect Atiku or the PDP to say? You cannot beat a child and tell the child not to cry.
Oh, it's a child.
I'm just using that as a proverb or whatever. They've seen that they failed. So it is normal when you try something and you fail, you protest. In 2011, the opposition party also protested when Jonathan won. So let us leave them to continue to make their claim that it's not fair and all that. Trying to let them not talk is like they have a right to talk that they...
Nobody said they should not talk.
So, no.
I'm concerned about the sense that you are making when you are talking.
No, you see...
I'm not saying nobody...
The issue is this. No matter how, he would like to justify his own stand. Maybe with the benefit of hindsight. The benefit of hindsight, he might look at it, but he won't come out. He won't come out to tell us that he knew with all the analysis that have been made either by the
doctor.
Even people in his own party know that they were wrong in the decision they took.
Yes.
The party chairman, the decision to run and all that. So now, maybe with the benefit of hindsight, they will sit down. They may not be able to tell us. And unfortunately, we are a country where people don't write and keep.
And don't forget that in the midst of
this, they will not be able to tell us. In the midst of
the whole pandemonium,
exactly.
We had some people that they call themselves G5 governors.
Oh, and that is...
He wasn't able to even settle that.
That is part of what we are saying now. Yes. It would have been a brief...
You know what happened there? The governors...
Yes.
Southern governors dominated PDP. Whereas northern governors dominated APC. So it was an ironic twist that it was the APC that is dominated by northern governors,
that now has...
and Muslims that now said, okay, we are settling for southern
presidency.
So their constituents fought them, those governors, that you people are in majority here, and you still didn't find a way to get your party to agree to power going to the south. You people came up with a candidate from the north,
That's the
from the
PDP.
Hausa Fulani,
Yeah.
a Fulani man, to succeed another man that had done 8 years.
Yeah.
Remember what another Fulani man that had done 8 years. People like Nasir El-Rufai, you can hate him, say all kinds of
But he
things.
stood.
But he kept saying, no,
It won't happen.
it is not fair. We will not support this.
Even though it might be for self-survival, but at least
I don't even, I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced that it's even for self-survival, because I saw that Masari too wanted it. I saw that Ganduje badly wanted it. So he was not the only one. That was what they wanted. And again,
which is fair and square.
yes, they went to the president that, look, this is what we wanted. So if you dominate a party as Christians, Christian governors, Southern governors, and you couldn't get that done, at the end of the day, it was Atiku that emerged. It was to their shame. And those G5 governors realized late in the day that, we fucked up. I'm sorry for using that word.
If this thing doesn't...
That was why now said, okay.
They retrace their steps.
So they retraced their steps. But Atiku, if he were a consummate leader, he will have seen what was coming.
Yeah.
The Yorubas will say that Tabambe Ginegbo, Agbalagba Amobi, he should have seen that the Iroko tree that was being felled, that this is where it will drop.
But you know, ambition is a thing that
he
blinds
was blinded by ambition, no doubt about it. He badly wants to be president.
The ambition is...
That is why, despite
ambition
losing
is
this election,
the problem.
he's crashing around to world press conferences, so-called world press conferences in 3 weeks. Who does that now? You even want to demystify what the idea of a press conference, that is something that somebody can just wake up from his bed, even in daytime, and go and call. No, what press conference will not be something that you just call like that. But he did his own 2 times in 3 weeks. So at the end of the day, the birds have flown. The sheep, the horse has left the stable. What you need to do as a statesman is realize that, yes, this is a battle.
The game is up.
That you fought and lost.
Yeah.
And then if you want to contest again, although I doubt if they will give him a chance this time, you know, you begin to plan. It's the same thing. Somebody asked me, what should Obi do? I said, Obi has to build on the success I recorded. Yeah. He didn't win the election, but we still have some people who believe that Obi won the election. Like, they can continue to wallow in self-delusion. That's their problem. Obi needs to now say, okay, I did well in this election. Let me build on it. Build new bridges across the length and breadth of our country.
Take a look at where you failed, and then you plan your strategy.
So failure is an opportunity. That's what all these people...
It's an opportunity to replan.
So that's what they tell us. That failure is an opportunity.
Yes.
Failure to be should be an opportunity now. You say, look, those who think that we cannot win an election, let me disappoint them. And Abaribe said in a recent interview, a radio interview, that power will not be simply dumped on the Southeastern.
Oh, yes.
You must work hard for it.
You must.
How do you work hard for it? You build bridges. You build bridges and convince them.
Make friends with people wherever you saw that
let them realize that you are best for the job.
Exactly.
This is what I've done. That's what Obi should be doing. Instead of following whatever Atiku does, it too will do it. Why are you following Atiku up and down? Whatever Atiku does, it's not your business. Focus on your own career. Atiku will soon be out of the picture. You still have age on your side. After all, you boast that you were born after the independence. So you are not a Gen Z, but you are young in your own right. Yeah. So build on the success that you've recorded. And one day, who knows?
Fortune will smile on him, and
did Jonathan know that he will be president?
No.
Jonathan didn't. He couldn't have even to be deputy governor. He didn't want to be.
Yeah.
So we should not go to Dubai.
That's what I suspect. That was what he meant when he said
That's
he's
not
not
what he
going
meant.
anywhere.
That's not what he meant.
Okay.
He said, if you think I'm going somewhere, he was speaking metaphorically.
And maybe responding to those who thought that they said they were going to retire him and he will go back to Dubai. Where
No, he's saying that, no, that he's not retiring. I'm clear that he's not thinking about that.
He has been
He's not retiring. He said this phase of the battle is over.
Yes.
But I'm still very much around. So it's clear that he's already eyeing. People have been telling me that he's eyeing 2027. No. It's a long distance.
No, it's his right to. It's his right to.
Long distance runner.
Yeah,
in the class of those Ethiopians, those Kenyans.
It's his right to aspire. So whether he will get it or not is another thing entirely.
All right.
So we shouldn't stop him. Let him continue.
Nobody is stopping him. We are not in position to stop him. We are analyzing him. And he can't stop us from analyzing him.
I don't know, definitely.
We'll never be able to stop us from analyzing him. That one is
I want to thank you, Olayinka Igbile, PhD. Thank you for your contribution. The Maestro Babajide Kolade Utstoji. Thank you. And that's our offering today. Join us tomorrow for another episode of the program. You can watch the repeat broadcast tonight at 11 p.m. Join us this Sunday from 1:30 to 3:30 p.m. for journalist Hangout on Sunday. We're on YouTube, youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. I'm Ayodele Ozuba. See you tomorrow.
Creative Market is here again. Yes, the biggest gathering of African and international creative industry professionals is back. First in Lagos, November 2023, and Dubai, March 2024. Come join thousands of creative professionals from fashion shows, networking, business opportunities and financing, a mega music concert featuring some of Nigeria's biggest acts, and many more. From Thursday, November 2nd to Tuesday, November 7th,